Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast.
My name's Moshe.
And I'm Natasha.
And we recently switched networks to NPR. Now brought to you by Radiotopia and NPR.
All right, good bit.
Thanks. No, you didn't like it? Hey, you want to hear a good bit?
Yeah.
Did you have something to say?
No.
We just got a major offer.
Really?
This podcast. Yeah.
What?
Kind of a big deal, honestly.
Do you want to say it now?
Yeah, I want to say it now.
Okay.
But it's going to be an announcement for you as well as for our listeners.
Okay.
Got an email this afternoon from a listener or from a sponsor. I don't know what it is. But this is from the people at The Layer. We get an email. Hi, I'm Claire, creator of The Layer. A soft, absorbent, freakishly so, waterproof, actually, noiseless sex blanket. It's terrific for use at home, period sex, lube, squirting, the good old wet spot, and an absolutely essential for traveling.
A sex blanket.
Which is what really prompted me to make it. It folds up surprisingly small, so you don't have to sacrifice your vacation fashion. I'd love to send you The Layer for you to try. Let me know what is a good mailing address for you, and I'll send it out right away. Claire at gettthelayer.com. A woman-owned business made in the USA. Sex blanket.
So it's a sex blanket, and the difference it is between a regular blanket is it somehow absorbent. So if you're on your period, it's going to like absorb the blood, or if you use a bunch of like lube.
Or if you squirt a lot. Or if you shit during sex.
What do? You just squeeze it out?
What do you mean squeeze it out?
What, it just absorbs it?
Yeah,
sex
it's
blanket?
like, I think you probably put it under your butt. I'm looking at it right now. There's a picture of it.
Oh, I see.
You
It's
see
like
a
we're
picture
going to
of
have
it?
sex. We don't want to have it straight on the car seat.
We'll put it up on our Instagram, but although weirdly this is a free ad. I mean, I guess that's the secret to getting a free ad. If you send us something puerile enough and infantile, we'll read for it for free. But it's like a little circle of fabric, and probably underneath that is like a
smart. It's dark colors. That's not what I was thinking.
I would have done a red boucle fabric.
It kind of
so
looks
it already
like,
has some chunks to it.
kind of looks like a little mat.
Yeah, it's like a little soft mat. Tosh,
Okay.
what do you think? First of all, she says good for traveling. I don't really understand why you would need it more when you're traveling. Is it that you don't want to get your hotel sheets wet?
No, like imagine we're flying to Bora Bora.
Okay.
And we want to. It's a long flight, so we want to fuck in the bathroom of the plane.
Why would we need to put a sex blanket down in the bathroom?
Because then my butt doesn't have to like sit in like a wet sink or
Wait a
something.
second.
So I could put the little sex blanket down.
That's ridiculous. That's why she made this product, was in case somebody didn't want to sit.
She says for traveling.
I don't get it. And it also, the carrying case, it goes around your shoulder as if you would be uncomfortable to travel with it away from your person.
No, but also that you want to, that's the thing you need to carry on with you at all times.
Right,
is
in
your sex
case you have to whoop it out. I don't want to diss this person because I love an entrepreneur. Here on Get the Layer, it says, yeah, bring the layer with you discreetly.
I want to know more why I need a sex blanket.
Well, let me read to you a copy from their website.
Okay.
You can show your love by sleeping in the wet spot, it says. But
Ew, wait,
or you
that's
can
why?
show your love by getting the layer. So this is, I guess, to combat the wet spot.
Oh,
the layer protects your
okay.
sheets or car or couch or wherever you are from all imaginable sexy messes. Thin and absorbent, the layer is a soft, remarkably absorbent, truly waterproof, and noiseless. What is this noiseless part? Does she think regular blankets that make a lot of noise when you have sex? Like what? Thin and comfortable. The layer is soft, remarkably. Oh, yeah, okay. Perfect for home. Absolutely essential when away, even on just a hot date. Let me tell you something. If I went on a date with a woman and I was like, can I come home with you? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. Or no, can we get a hotel room? She's like, absolutely. And like we left the restaurant early and went to go have sex in a hotel room. And then she opened up like a knapsack and had a sex blanket in it. I would have some questions. Like, why do you have a sex blanket right now?
Right. Yeah.
The
It's
layer?
also kind of like just kind of having a hand towel, right?
No, because it's got rubber, I guess. The layer saves time, money, and embarrassment. It says we went viral on TikTok. Blair Horton, hormone health nutritionist and chef, is empowering women every day. And on 3/27/21, Blair described the layer for over 1.5 million viewers on TikTok. With Blair's charm, her cereal scooping roomie, and barking pups in the background, this clip is a real treat. Should we see what went viral?
Sure.
Well, I guess we can't really play it on the.
Her
It's
cereal scooping weenie?
Her cereal scooping roomie.
Roomie. Okay.
Okay, it's $60.
That's a lot.
That's a lot just to combat. I'm just gonna say a problem that does not exist. I feel bad.
Well, you know what? I have an idea. She offered to send us one. Let's try it out.
And we'll use it? Okay.
Let's use it and see, and then we could really sell some.
Well, maybe this is for really juicy women. I think that's what it is. This is for women that like really be juicing,
Okay.
like squirters. I think that's probably what it is. It's for squirters and who are embarrassed about like really blasting out, straight gushing on a.
Well, honestly, though, I mean, if you have sex on your period, it would be.
Hold on.
What?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
If you have sex on your period regularly and your
That's
partner
true,
is
too.
okay with that, then that would probably really help.
This says the best sex blanket I've ever owned as a squirter. Best I've ever owned. Do people have multiples? I didn't know about this. Well,
As a squirter.
okay. At any rate, look, we're down. Actually, there's another review on here. Do you want to hear? Should I read a review?
Yeah.
Because for some reason they really like this review. Oh, this is the best I ever owned as a squirter.
Mm-hmm.
This here is a stellar, honest, unpaid review of the layer by master word weaver Demeter DeLune. Okay, sounds like a nom de fuck. And here we go. Let's see. They really like this review from Demeter DeLune. The title of this Medium post is "The Best Sex Blanket I've Ever Owned as a Squirter." Sex can get messy, especially when one partner is a squirter. I can't tell you how many sets of sheets, mattress covers, and mattresses, among other things, I've had a hand in ruining before I finally found ways to protect the surfaces I have sex on. One of the first items I was introduced to was a simple medical item, a washable Chucks pad. Ugh, that does not sound sexy. I remember getting them placed on the bed when I had my children, but never thought about using them during sex. Oh, for like pee, probably. They're fairly inexpensive and washable, but they're not exactly pretty. If you're using them with your regular partner, you may care more about function than fashion, but if you want something that's a little prettier and more discreet, I found something that works just as well to fit the bill. Recently, the makers of the layer reached out and asked if I would be interested in trying their product. It sounds like the makers of the layer are down to send this product to anyone in media, even Demeter DeLune. The layer is a woman-owned and operated company, and their product is made in the USA. Just like a Chucks pad, the layer lays on top of your sheets and under you when you're ready to have some adult fun, and nothing gets through. It's also the perfect size and shape to put on the couch or anywhere you're having fun. For example, the toilet area of an airplane. Oh, no, it doesn't say that, Natasha.
Hold on. Stop for a second, though. I think we just got down to the bottom of it.
What?
It's for squirters.
It's for squirters.
And you kind of like denied them. You know,
I
you're
didn't
like, this
mean-
problem doesn't exist.
I'm sorry if I engaged in squirter erasure. That's my fault. That's my
Squirters
bad.
need to unite.
That's right. They need to unite and spray like the Bellagio a message.
No, but it's probably very practical for them.
That's fair. One side is luxurious, soft, organic cotton fleece. The other is waterproof magic. And it's not noisy. Again, with the noise. We'll leave the sounds up to you. It absorbs all sexy time messes, even menstrual blood. And because it's not white like Chucks pads, there's no worries of stains showing. Super thin, 40 inches in diameter. Any other?
Well, we just need to Google Chucks pad.
Okay, so here's her real-world experience. It's all well and good for a company to tell you how well their product works, but using it in the real world is what we really want. I'm a prolific squirter, and I love using lube. It's funny to be a squirter and be really into lube. It's kind of like, you don't have enough? Not enough? My husband also thinks it's great to make me squirt as much as humanly possible. In fact, What do you mean, aw?
That's cute.
You think?
Well, he's certainly not ashamed of it.
No, for sure. In fact, I think he's made it his life's goal to dehydrate me every single time we have sex. It's okay. A bit of the TMI. As I'm sure you've heard, no one wants to sleep in the wet spot. It's cold, it's uncomfortable, and it sucks. The day we received the layer in the mail, we knew we'd be trying it out that night. I couldn't believe how thin it was, and honestly wasn't sure how much liquid it could hold. I've soaked through Chuck's pads before. I mean, God, been there, sister. We've all been there. So I was a little bit leery this thin sex blanket would handle what I could dish out. But I was definitely willing to try. You bad girl, Demeter. I told the hubby ahead of time, and he was free to attempt to make as much of a mess as he wanted. We broke out the lube, got some toys, and really got busy. Really busy. How do you get really busy?
Probably fucked for a long time.
Okay. I was concerned the layer may not be wide enough to accommodate everything we got into. We were all over the place. But we managed to stay on the blanket for the most part, and when we didn't, we weren't making too much of a mess. We used our current favorite sex oil, Foria's Intimacy Sex Oil with CBD, which typically doesn't stain anyway and definitely didn't show on the layer. After a couple of hours of intense super wet play, couple of hours? 2 hours? Are we prudes? Is there something wrong with our sex life? 2 hours? 2 hours.
Maybe it doesn't happen that often.
It's like a movie. It's a drama. It's not just a movie. It's a non-comedy movie. I slowly pulled it down to the end of the bed, almost expecting to see at least a tiny bit of moisture underneath. Much to my surprise and delight, the sheets were bone dry. The layer totally lived up to the hype and kept every bit of liquid ensconced in its comfy fiber where it belongs. No one slept in the wet spot that night, and they'll never have to again. Okay.
Now, here's what I think. If you start a business and the only for like women that need a certain thing, and the only competitor is called Chuck's Pads, you're probably gonna sell a lot.
Let me just say this: some
Sex
men
blanket.
squirt.
Oh, it's for men too, but it seems like it's kind of for women.
Some men squirt,
but
because
men don't remember to bring blankets.
That's true. But some men squirt. I think I'm just cutting off the emails at the pass. We know some men squirt. This is for people with vaginas.
It is? You think?
Yes. But like how some men have vaginas.
Oh, okay. Yes. No, I
You know what I'm saying? Not trying to get the emails. So, yeah, some men squirt. All right. So, get the layer. Or actually, we'll get the layer. You know
We'll
what?
get the layer and we'll report back.
And you better start figuring out how to squirt in the meantime.
I'll just bring a jar of coconut oil.
You should bring a jar of Coke and just pour it out. All right, listen. We're going to fuck on the layer. And in the meantime, we're going to listen to some secrets.
Hey, Natasha and Moshe, I got a secret for you. So, up until last night when I finally decided to get off my lazy ass, I let myself go commando for 3 days because I did not want to do laundry. And so last night I did some laundry, and this morning I finally put on underwear for the first time in 3 days. And it took me a couple hours to realize that my crotch is completely ripped out of this pair of underwear. So, a whole lot of fucking good that did. So, well, I love the show, and I'm sure that Natasha's totally grossed out now. So.
What's his secret?
He had a pair of underwear with a hole in it, I think was his secret. Am I wrong? He didn't wear underwear for 4 days. And then?
It sounds like just a shameful
life.
Underwear story.
It's a shameful life that he's living, and we need you to put on some underwear. Might we recommend you ordering a layer and forming it into an adult diaper?
I would say putting on clean underwear is a baseline health situation.
Mental and physical, hey?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So I think that is definitely... That's a good one to try to do every day.
You know what I did? I signed up for an underwear subscription, and I like it. I get a pair. It's not even that much. I get a pair of underwear a month, but then they just keep coming. They keep getting more underwear.
Do you like to wear new underwear?
I like fresh stuff. So I wear one pair of underwear for a month, and by the end of that month, it's totally disgusting, and then I put the new one on. So I wear 30 days straight, same pair of underwear. And then every month I get a freshie. The Layer by Clara. All right, let's hear another one.
Hi, guys. I have a little bit of a secret. So my boss has been a real monster lately. He's been sending some pretty nasty emails because he was upset that I was doing some work outside of work. To be clear, I did not sign a non-compete. There's no ground for him to stand on, but I'm looking for a new job, and meanwhile, there are cameras in the building that I know he watches, and so I've been subtly flipping off the cameras basically any chance I get, and subtly talking about how awful it is to have an awful boss, and I'm sure he can hear me and know that it's me talking about him. But yeah, I'm sure he'll fire me, and that's okay. But yeah, just subtly flipping off that camera just to get a little jab in before I go. All right, love the pod. Gotta go. Bye.
I respect that.
I respect it, but it is one of those things that could be used against you.
Right.
You know, like it's on video.
Right.
What if you want to run for office at some point? I don't know.
Maybe like Diane used to flip off her boss. Is she the kind of person we want as the comptroller of Cleveland?
I don't know.
No, I hear what you're saying. Why put yourself on video?
Why compromise yourself? Why potentially hurt yourself in some way? But
Right.
maybe you'll be safe.
Yeah, I think
yeah, it's nice to feel that.
it's fun to have a mission.
Mm.
You know, a little mission of subtle flip-offs all day long. I like that. I can kind of relate. All right, let's play another.
Hi, guys. I'm calling you because I'm drunk and because I love Natasha Leggero. And I wanted to get something off my chest. So I've been with my boyfriend for a long time, 8 years to be exact. And, you know, I don't like the fact that he thinks that outing me a little bit is okay. And, you know, I don't want to admit that he's right, but, like, I totally watch porn that is orgy related and has to do with girls also. And I don't want him to know that he's right, but I totally do. And that's my secret, that I watch that. And I think I'm bisexual, but I'm not too sure. Thanks for listening. You guys are awesome. Bye.
I think we've talked about this before, but didn't we come to the conclusion that if you look at gay porn, that doesn't necessarily mean you're bisexual, or are you bisexual?
I have no idea. I mean, we've talked often about how, I mean, and this isn't a profound idea, that sexuality is a spectrum, and probably looking at being turned on by gay porn is maybe a notch toward the bi queer zone, but it's not. I don't think it sets up your sexual orientation. To me, my honest feeling is like porn and fantasy doesn't even. I mean,
but then what? She's afraid to tell her husband.
She probably is bi, but I'm just saying, like, your porn selection doesn't quite mean anything to me about like your actual sexual orientation, because it's like, you know, fantasy is just like all over the place.
Sounds like I don't want to know what your search words are.
They are short entertainer. Those are my search words. Short entertainer.
Oh.
Food show TBS host.
All right.
Aren't you excited to go film this TV show that you're about to film?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. You're going to go and have a great time.
I'm just going to miss my child and you.
Thank you. I'm going to miss you too. You know the one way I think we could celebrate our love together? By listening to One More Secret.
Oh, okay.
Hi, guys. Huge fan of the show. I have a secret. I used to work in a model home, like a real estate model home, decorated house, where people would come in and look around. And you work by yourself when you're there, but several people work different days of the week. So you sit at a desk, but, you know, lots of people have sat there throughout the week. One day I was working and I found an iPod, not a phone, just a regular iPod, in the model home, and wanted to make sure I got it back to its owner. So I opened it up and looked through the pictures to see if I could identify whose it was. And it was my coworker. He is a gay man, and he had taken over 300 pictures of his butthole.
Whoa.
And I couldn't stop looking through them because it was kind of like a train wreck where you are just drawn in and you have to see every different position and mirror photo and picture that you possibly can. And I've never told anyone that. I definitely did not tell my coworker. I just put the iPod in the desk drawer and left and hoped that he never knew that someone looked at it. He should have password protected it.
Why is she
All
calling
right,
it
that's
an
it.
iPod?
Have a good day.
I don't know, honey, but that's not the part that you're supposed to be focusing on.
I'm just saying
in
the
this story.
iPod doesn't. I'm trying to put myself there. Like if I worked somewhere and I saw someone's like iPad possibly or something that looked like it could hold private information, a phone.
Maybe she
I would
meant
not,
iPad.
Okay. But anyway, I don't think I would go to their photos. That just seems like a little bit of a violation. Because like
Right.
it's one
How'd
of
she get
four
to the photo?
people's
No,
thing.
here's what happened. She picked it up. She's like, "Who's this?" She starts looking through it.
But
She goes to the photos to figure out whose it is, and it's Butthole City.
But
I think that's what I forgive her for that.
but I think that the photos is not where you go. That seems private.
To figure out whose iPad it is, yeah, you go to the photos to see if there's a picture of that person.
Oh,
What would be
okay.
crazy is if she picked it up and she's like, "Whose iPad is this?"
I would go to recent calls. That
Okay,
seems less.
I wouldn't. I would go to photos. But what would be crazy is if she picked up the iPad, she's like, "Whose iPad is this?" She goes to the photo, she opens it. The first one's a butthole pic, and she's like, "Oh, it's Brian's."
Wait, but she doesn't even know that it was his butthole.
Yeah, she does, because it wasn't just his butthole. So I think she was being hyperbolic. There was like pictures of him posed. She said like, ass in the air, mirror. Like there's multiple different angles.
And it's for
'Cause
him to give to people.
That was my first question, because I thought it was like close-ups on the butthole, and I was like, do gay guys send each other butthole pics? Like, is it like a dick pic? And I bet but it sounds like he was posing. You know what I'm saying? Like, ass in the air, click, click. This is what you could have.
Butthole is like
But
that's kind of a close-up.
I think she was exaggerating a bit. I think it was just like pictures of him from the back, and up to and including close-ups of the butthole. You want me to be honest with you? When I used to get dirty pictures from people that I was texting with, I didn't like the close-ups. That was boring to me. I was like, I could Google that.
I've never gotten a dirty picture.
You've never gotten a dick pic?
No.
You've never gotten a dick pic?
No.
What?
I mean, there's been one in like my
In your
in
inbox?
my inbox that someone I don't know, but I've never gotten one from someone I know.
Never?
You never sent me one.
Well, yeah, we're married. I think it's already, I feel like unnecessary.
I think the kind of guys
I wasn't really into sending dick pics, I'll be honest.
the kind of guys I've always dated don't really send dick pics, I guess.
Right. I would just think in your time dating, somebody would have sent one at least unsolicited.
Maybe they already knew that I think they're kind of ugly.
Could be. Yeah, dick pics. Interesting. One thing I do know is that women really like them unsolicited. Like when you're in the early stages of dating a woman, apparently it's like really good form to send them a dick pic without asking.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like women are really into that. Like, if you're flirting a little bit, then you go straight to a hard dick pic. And then they really respond well to that. That's the only thing I know for sure about dick pics.
I feel like I dodged a bullet without ever having to see one.
Well, at any rate, I didn't like sending them because I didn't want people to have a record of me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The only time I ever sent them was, if a woman was like, "You better send me one of yours, or you're not getting any more of mine," kind of a thing. And I'd be like, "Oh, I relent." But yeah, I didn't like a close up. I wanted to see the person who was taking the photo. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Anyway, just a little bit of information about me.
Cute, honey. Well, yeah, I feel like I feel her, but also that's a rough one.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Just because, like,
She
it's
shouldn't have looked at 300. She should have been like, okay, that's Brian. I respect his privacy and put it away, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. But I also understand.
But maybe Brian doesn't give a shit if she sees his cute tight butthole.
Maybe not.
Probably
Is
be
it-
proud.
I'm proud of my cute tight butthole.
Yeah.
Says Brian. I work at a
Totally.
mobile. I work at a manufactured home office. What I do on my downtime, that's my business.
Exactly.
Look at my butt. Well, Natasha, you won't be looking at my butt for a whole month because you're leaving and I'm going to miss you. But when the cat's away, the mouse will take pictures of his bouquet. And so I'll send you some while you're away.
Oh, thanks. That'll be cute.
300 plus. I love you.
I love you too.